Yoki71 here, and welcome back to my playthrough of Fallout New California / New Vegas walkthrough Good Guy route. So, this is part 12. We made ourselves available to the Old World Blues DLC, and now let's try to complete it in this live stream. We'll be loading in from this quick save I made the last stream ago, because if I start from that save and then I made the intro, it takes too long, I will get ambushed. Like usual, if you want to communicate with me, make sure to use the live chat. I'll make sure to read what you commented. So yeah, Old World Blues so far has been challenging, even for a character that has all of their skills to 100. It's truly a difficult DLC, but not as tedious as Dead Money. Old World Blues also ties in so much of the DLC lore in Fallout New Vegas. Everything starts at the Big MT. So yeah, let's discover as much locations as we can. Saturnite alloy. That's the same alloy that is used to make the cosmic knives in Dead Money. So yeah, the only thing that I'm safe from these enemies here are the Night Stalkers. They won't attack because I have the Animal Friend perk. Those Night Stalkers are basically just there. The other thing that is also available to fight in Big MT is of course Cazadors. This is where they are first bred. I love how Dr. Klein is all like, do not explore the Big MT, and here I am, freely exploring. He doesn't teleport me back to the sink. This area is relatively safe thanks to the Night Stalkers.
right there. This is a lawful use of deadly force. Please direct
Custodian.
complaints to your local law enforcement authorities. This area clear. Proceed with search protocol. Hostile targets identified. Please clear the area.
So yeah, another thing that makes the DLC so tedious is the sentry bots here. Sentry bots here are more powerful than the normal sentry bots you can usually find. Let's see if we can target the combat inhibitor. Thank you, Dr. Rostron. Little Yang Z. They keep Chinese POWs here, or they seem to be POWs. If they leave their pen, they'll die. Because Elijah has manipulated their collars to explode with the right frequency, just like in Dead Money. Come on, it's harmless. The Little Yang Z camp jumpsuit is also a cleaner version of the Dead Money jumpsuit. See that X on the back? It is. laser gun. I guess Dr. Rossman also has it. So there's the watchtower. Let's go in there. We'll find a nice reference to that money inside. Elijah's advanced layer. Total pacification colors then was modified by Elijah. No sign of that courier from before. He mentions this same courier in his final transmission after we beat that money. A sniper scope. You'll know who that is if we check the building opposite from this location. Sierra Madre. This is the soup up laser gun that Dr. O mentioned. Because it has EMP and is more advanced than usual EMP, these work very much against the big empty robots. And because I already have tons of microfusion cells thanks to the New California mod, this is basically a candy gun. Christine's rifle. So yeah, those proton axes, they have EMP too. If you wear power armor, those things will devastate you. COS, Circle of Steel.
Behold, for the intrepid seeker. Really? Does anyone know? I'm lost.
So that's the foreman. Seven gnomes, seven dwarfs. I should have brought a shovel. With one of these, we can just take down an entire Skynet troop squad. Let's use that soup up laser gun.
Ready to die for your country?
If you see robo scorpions, do not attempt to fight them. They will shoot you with their robotic stingers, and then possibly explode.
So this is where most of the experiments for Vault 22 is made. See, packaged. Ulysses.
Time to reward myself with a little refreshing mentat.
I wonder if these crystals are the secret to Saturnite alloy. Taste my soup up laser gun, freak. Ouch. This is where Elijah possibly escaped from. Let's check what's inside. The second light switch, we found it. Oh, it's fine, Elijah overclocked it. And there's a passage down here that I cannot access as of now. So let's see. They disintegrate waste. Must be a eco-friendly way to remove waste. So many animal cages. What on earth is the Roarers doing here? There's a boss fight here, but we'll tackle it later on. So yeah, the Explorer perk is really a godsend, especially with this mod.
I hope I didn't leave my giant robo scorpion on. That thing eats power like no tomorrow.
Ugh, I'm swimming with cigarettes. A Securitron. So they disintegrate the waste by using the solar panels. Huh. Giant Robo-Scorpion must be a prototype. Muggy. Cazador.
We are reading increased levels of berserkity and securitrons from the deconstruction plant.
X-Egg Research Center, not to be confused with the Mega Man X-Egg game. We're soaking up rats here. Good doggy. Let's go back to the loading station and check out what Elijah has in store for us. To head north. Whoa. Now those Night Stalkers will help me in battle. Got a feeling I'm gonna need this. Cool. This is Elijah's camp, but there's no signs of notes or something.
There you are. Redraw your mind from the
the Cloud and the Outer Docks. While we're at it, let's also finish the quests available for Higgs Village. Like, we find where the dock is. Look for a house with a dock house. This is where we'll meet the enemy. Stripe. He'll one-shot you despite his size. Rest in peace. Jukebox. If you're familiar with the layout, yes, this is inspired by Tranquility Lane. Nuka-Cola. Yeah, this is Dr. Mobius. So many mentats, my god. "101. Dr. Klein. Hey, look, I'm Dr. Klein. Psych. Dr. Zero. All that's left is Dr. Dala. The toaster. Let's take all of those toasters with us.
Might I be of service, sir?
Ooh, oh yeah, baby. Feels good to be online again. Yeah, all circuits online. Ready to receive your seed.
I command you to open your port and receive my seed.
Ah, yeah, baby. Just slip it in there. All the way down in that dark, moist earth. Launching interface.
Oh, God, look at you. You're filthy. I suppose you'll want to clean up then?
You seem kind of worried about dirt. What's wrong?
Oh, it's just so unsanitary. Do you know how many germs are in 1 cubic centimeter of dirt? 70, 100,
Gajillion.
gajillion. Would you
At least
want
that's
that
more
getting
believable
washed
than more
down your
billion.
gullet day in and day out? I didn't think so.
I just came over to fill some of these empty bottles.
Oh, I'd love to, darling, but the circuits that allow me to dispense water into non-organic containers burned out years ago. You'd have to find a replacement for that module. You've been working with that biological research station, haven't you? I suppose you'll want to clean up.
Now let's dump off all of our toasters to Mr. Toaster here.
I am online once again! Tremble, world, before my electric heating coil of doom!
I'm almost afraid to ask what your function is.
You should be afraid! I am the scourge of all small appliances, and the boogeyman that keeps lesser toasters awake at night!
So you murder toasters?
Not just murder! I tear them apart and render them down to their base components! Once their guts are spilled, you can do with them what you like!
What else do you do?
You want some weapon schematics? I can show you some fucking weapon schematics! You want a superheated Saturnite power fist? I can hook that shit up!
You mean like this one?
Oh, baby. That is a thing of fucking beauty. Give it here. I'll soup it up for you. There you go. Have fun with that. Burn the fucking world for me!
I've got some toasters for you.
Well, well. What have we got here? Another innocent little toaster. Come here. I won't hurt you. Ha! Gotcha! Oh yes, the sweet smell of spilled electric guts. The sparking diodes. I fucking live for this!
Oh yeah, free ammo. And let's give our mugs to Muggy.
You! Hey, you! Yeah, you! Got any mugs?
Mugs? Why do you want mugs?
Why do you want mugs, huh? You some kind of sick mug hoarder? Oh god, give me the coffee cup, please! It's sitting there in your pack, taunting me! Sorry. Sorry. I got a little carried away. It's just all those goddamn dirty dishes out there with no one to clean them. It breaks my heart!
You seem really obsessed with mugs.
Of course I'm obsessed. They made me this way. You think I don't know how crazy I sound? Of course I do. They programmed me to know that too. They made me just to torture me. But you know, it's the neglect that hurts the most. Hey, everybody, let's turn ourselves into robot brains in jars. Do you know how many coffee cups giant robot brains in jars use on a daily basis? Not fucking many!
Let's change the subject.
Is the new subject mugs?
Here, take whatever you want.
Oh, sweet, sweet fulfillment! I'll break these down for you just as fast as I can.
Let's see what we got from it. Wonder glues.
While you were out, I spent 6 hours trying to reach a coffee cup on my shirt. But I found it now.
Great, I need a wrench.
Might I be of service?
How about that? Old auto doc's back online. Well, all right. Come here. Let's have a look at you. You require some additional services?
Can you perform a psychiatric evaluation on me?
Concerned about the state of your mind, are you? Well, such things ain't my specialty, but I'm happy to tender my opinion as to your mental health. I should make you aware that the benefits of such a procedure are exclusive. That is, this only works once. Now, are you sure this is what you want?
Let's do it.
All right, just
We can only do this once. You'll keep Wild Wasteland, trigger discipline. We already level way over 30, so we cannot pick this one. You're still good-natured.
Ooh, yeah, dig that sweet music. Damn, it's so good to be back online.
I'll talk to you later.
Get you later.
That was a nice little cat nap. How long was I out?
A light switch that turns me on? I must be dreaming.
Oh, you. I bet you say that to all the light switches.
You're right, I do.
Oh, well, it's nice to be included.
What are you, some kind of novelty talking lighting switched?
I was Dr. Mobius's personal assistant. We were studying, oh shoot, what was it? Oh yeah, lightning! No, wait, lighting. That's right, how lighting affects human interaction.
Can you turn on those lights for me?
Oh, I'd love to, sweetie, but I don't have the programming. All the data from the experiments was lost. You'd have to go out into that nasty old crater and find the backup copy.
I have to go now.
Bye now. Oh my. Partial functionality restored. That's less than optimal.
It's not often I meet a light switch that reigns in beauty. I think I'm going to like it here.
Oh, well, that's very sweet of you. Maybe one of these nights we can discuss theorems.
I'd enjoy that.
Me too. Hope you can keep up. I work pretty fast. Here, something for you to brush up on.
I have to go. We'll talk later.
Sir.
Ah, good day, citizen. Library Processing Unit 232.7 is online and ready to eradicate sedition.
Eradicate sedition?
Of course, citizen. That's my duty and sole joy in life. All those books from before the war, full of seditious, treasonous, complicated thoughts. Just dump them in and lickety-split. I'll have them pulped, scrubbed clean, and pressed out again clean and white and sedition-free.
But blank books, huh? Yeah, I think I can find a use for those.
Now you're thinking like a citizen, citizen.
Now here we go. The journey to find all of those upgrade chips. empty space. We need to go to X8 in order to unlock the sonic emitter upgrade. So let's go to... And of course, there's enemies. Put them out of the way, let's go. So the test here, if you want to get the best ending, you need to do all of the tests, leaving no stone unturned.
Here we go again!
Institutional data retrieval. Use any means necessary to retrieve 3 student files. So yeah, this is basically a survival game. We'll use this.
Attention, students. This is the pre-recorded voice of your pre-recorded principal, Dr. Principal Boros. You may know me as the head chief first researcher of Labs C9 and C14. There I fought valiantly to preserve rattlesnake DNA and put it right where it belongs, in the husk of another feared predator. Oh, and the tarantula hawk. Can't splice enough, I always say. Especially if you can make a magnificent cazador. Enough about me. It has come to my attention that many of you seemingly innocent children
Wolverines.
have been subverted by red propaganda. This is a most serious, requiring the most serious of detentions. Can you spell detention? I'll tell you how I spell it. Death tension. Commie Pico traitors? Oh! Now I will send vicious cybernetic cyborg dogs through the corridors to weed all you traitors out. They will sniff out which among you have chosen the commie path. Especially you, Betsy Bright, who turned you down for the high school dance so you could smoke with Richie Marcus. All monitors will also be vigilant. Step outside during class, and they'll make sure you hold your urine and wait for the proper bathroom break time.
A is for America, B is for bomb, C is for commie. Oh man, what is this? Richie Marcus, ball lover. So Richie Marcus is a jock. It's evident from his grades. A typical jock. A typical, typical jock, I mean. Not all jocks are like that. And basically, Dr. Boros got NT-art by Betsy Bright. Wonder why.
You are in the library. Be quiet here.
Oops. Sherry O'Bannon. ballet 4:30 to 6:30, pep squad 4:15 to 5:15, tutoring center volunteer 4:15 to 6.
Down at the end of the hall is Falls. Who like Falls? Like Richie Marcus. Did you hear me, Betsy? Richie likes balls.
Ugh. Betsy Bright. 7 unexcused absences, 3 disruptive behavior, and 11 smoking on school property. So we have to collect those student records a couple of times so we can get the true good ending to this quest line. It gets even harder.
You got to the residential test. This is really Boros, by the way. Hello again. None of us thought you would get this far.
Wonder what this refers to.
The residential test.
Hostiles.
Wasn't that shut down for some reason?
Area.
Oh, yes! My pet, Gabe! I'd forgotten about the old boy and the countless experiments. Gabe? Gabe! You're about to have your favorite treat. A visitor. Won't that be nice? Don't eat the visitor, boy. Don't, please. Gabe wanted to starve and bite whenever anyone came to visit. That's why I replaced his legs with spare parts and fed him a steady diet of psycho-based dog chow. all right, boy? Let the intruder dig it up wherever you buried it.
Oh, that's Gabe.
Time for violence. Let's go off. Find something else to steal. No! His cyber dog atomic core. It's active. That means an exceedingly imprecise countdown to critical failure in 10. Boros, why the hell did you install an atomic core? It'll blow when we reach 1, right? Hit my rubble, Scorpion, will you?
Gotta go.
Prepare to be attacked by Dr. Mobius!
Let's speedrun this.
This is the pre-recorded voice of your pre-recorded principal, Dr. Principal Boros.
Let's change the parameters. Because you have the sonic emitter now, being able to disable those force fields, you can cheese these levels.
Warning. Dangerous fugitive is on the loose. Do not attempt to apprehend.
Today, the capital is serving nothing. Because no cafeteria, no bathrooms, no swirlies, no chocolate pudding left in the chairs of brilliant minds. What are you going to do now, Richie Marcus? School is a sacred trust. Though I no longer program with a complicated facility. Now I see its worth, and see it was corrupted by fraternities and girls.
Target. Multiple failures detected.
You need to go to a Cazador lab, I mean a Night Stalker lab, in order to find this. So yeah, this is the tedious part of the quest.
The eye of Mobius sees you. Oh, it's my robot.
Hello, it's nice to meet you. Who can I hide you from today? Stimpack reserves adequate. Medic supplies adequate.
Also, in order to get the best ending for this
Data collection
facility,
online.
is to
Please use
complete
the
all of
terminal
its
below
tests
to begin
on
user
all tiers.
synchronization.
Resla coil. Hold on a moment, guys. I gotta go for a moment. Alright, I'm back.
This is the basic stealth test. The robots will be looking for us, but we won't let them find
If
us.
you get detected just once, you fail.
Test data processed. Firmware updated to version 1.1. Loop damping sensors online. Robot guards. 2.0. Take their medics. Sneaking done. Fighting now. This is the advanced test. Watch out for laser tripwires.
Are you sure
They'll ruin
you
our day.
scanned something?
Laser tripwires. You can cheese this if you have high repair or science. For free EXP. Nice. The science option is much better because it will basically become blue for the rest of the test, cheesing it effectively.
Fighting over. Test data processed. Firmware updated to version 1.2. Oral subnet online.
We'll need this for Lonesome Roads.
This is the expert stealth test. If you thought the lasers were bad, wait till you see the proximity mines.
Oh great, but at least I have like step. Yep, you can still cheese them.
Test data processed. Firmware updated to version 1.3.
Plus 1
Torso
agility.
fitment synced to user's physiology.
There's a Robo-Scorpion up there.
This is the robot compliance test. If you sneak up on a robot, you can disable it. It's so easy, even I can't mess up.
Do not get detected while disabling the robots. Alright, this should be easy.
You're my best friend forever.
Seriously, the tripwires are so obvious.
Test data processed. Firmware updated to version 1.4. Impulse accelerator online.
Sneak speed increased. Nice. Now let's go back to the X8 facility.
Ready, steady, fight. That's all.
Whoa!
Time to fight. This will only sting for a second.
Are you sure you scammed something?
With the stealth
Cessation
suit,
of
we can
hostilities
sneak
complete.
up on them even more easily. And this is a pretty souped up stealth suits, so it's even more easier.
Bad guys dealt with.
Oh. Like stalkers, but they're not taking us. This is the final test. But since they're Night Stalkers, we can just cheese through this easily.
Uh-oh. Fighting over. Uh-oh.
I am lord of this institution, where once, long ago, I was a student here. Now, I am its omnipotent God Principal, as I soon will be lord of Big Mountain. Do-dee-do. Do you hear that? It is my trumpet of victory!
See that? You can pretty much cheese the entire section if you have Animal Friend.
Was that all?
With that out of the way,
Down at the end of the hall is ball storage, for jocks who like balls. Jimmy Watson, Richie likes balls.
This one looks pretty tough.
Pre-recorded voice of your pre-recorded principal, Dr. Principal.
Starting combat. Just kidding. Cessation of hostilities complete. Time to fight.
whoa!
You are in the library. place all filthy propaganda books in the incinerator chute in the sink. Especially those with funny pictures of me in them.
Attention. With search protocol. This area clear. Proceeding with search protocol.
Damage bonus against Night Stalkers, which is useless by now because of the Animal Friend perk. Now we need to find the sink upgrades.
Was that all? This one looks pretty tough. That's all.
Let's start by going to the transmitter.
This one looks pretty tough. Fighting over. Ready, steady, fighting.
Yes, Pico. Getting tired?
Where?
You better run, you commie-loving bastard.
Cessation
There
of
you go.
hostilities complete. Uh-oh. Was that all? Uh-oh.
time to get angry. You would not like me when I'm angry. Are you afraid of me? You should be, because I'm gonna kick your ass when I find you. You're gonna learn how Uncle Sam deals with commie maggots.
Cessation of hostilities complete.
Let's see, where the hell am I right now? Oh, this is the correct path.
Sneaking done. Fighting now. Cessation of hostilities complete. Time to fight. Fighting over.
Now the final one. Because of that force field, we cannot enter it first, but now we can. Oh, it's not that one. Oh no, this place. The Cazador splicing place. This is the worst place to clear.
Ready, steady, fighting. Fighting over. Ready, steady, fighting.
What is Dr. Barr's thinking? More damage against Cazadors. That's lucky I didn't do Red Lucy's quest first.
That's all.
Are you out there, my little teddy bear in the bottom right? Darla misses you. and the pitter-patter of your peace feeds so much.
Don't need to sneak. We can just forget it. Let's do this for the challenge.
Ready. Steady. Fighting. Bad guys dealt with. You're my best friend forever. Fighting now.
Drop code trash.
That's all.
Oh man, binaries. I can't read that.
Time to fight. Cessation of hostilities complete.
Muggy. Ralphie, this is a nod later on for Lonesome Roads.
This one looks pretty tough. Fighting over. Uh-oh.
Come on, get closer. That'll do.
Was that all?
I can turn that into Fido later on.
This one looks pretty tough. Cessation of hostilities complete. Sneaking done. Fighting now.
You must be bloody stupid. Not like for me.
Fighting over. Starting combat. Just kidding.
Bruh.
Sneaking done. Fighting now. Cessation of hostilities complete.
If you fall in there, it's an instant death. Don't believe me? Here you go. See? Hold on a moment. Now we can purchase those weapon mods from him. Let's see,
Very angry, guys.
You got some plans.
Between you and me,
Oh, please, please tell me you.
have you made any electronic components?
Yep, here you go.
Who are you?
You really want to know about me? No one ever asks about Muggy. You made me so happy. Maybe you've seen some of those big, imposing Securitrons with their lovely laser guns and rocket launchers and scary faces. I'm not one of those. Dr. O was always jealous of House Industries, and he thought it would be fucking hilarious to build a tiny neurotic Securitron. Big fucking laugh! So, you got any coffee cups for me now? Oh,
Let's sell those
Might I be
102.
of service, sir?
I smell. Sit.
Let's spare
Greetings,
parts
citizen.
and duct tape.
Edition.
Hi again, sweetie.
Then again, if you want to get all of the good endings, you need to
How can I illuminate?
you need to
How
collect
can
all of
I
those
illuminate?
codes.
Unlike
Lights off. Okay.
You require some additional.
Okay, let's see. Implants. 10% catheter damage. Well, I don't need that. I need more sneaking speed. Find all of the audio samples for the jukebox. Oh great, there's more? The last one is in there. There's one more place that I haven't visited yet. Let's go there.
This one looks pretty tough. Cessation of hostilities complete.
This is where the cloud has been made. Let's get out of here before we get infected by it somehow.
Ready, steady, fighty. That's all.
You got some plans for me.
Let's hand over the technologies we got to Dr. Klein so we can gain access to the Forbidden Dome. But first, let's talk to Dr. Boris.
So, you put down Gabe. Thank you. A scamp, but really, his highly augmented combat programming could have proved meddlesome. In any event, thank you for putting him down. One less test subject to catalog and sort. Clearly a failure of Doggy's cybo-engineering.
Is this Gabe's bowl, your doc from X8 Gabe?
What? Why, yes, it is. I used to leave it outside his doghouse.
Chock full of
chems. Before the cybernetic modifications, of course. And no matter how chemmed the food, he would always eat it, and his tail would wag, even while you know, I'm having the most perplexing feeling squiggling through my biogel. I can't quite pin it down.
Well, it seems to me it belongs to a friend of yours.
Why, yes. Gabe. No matter how awful my day had been, he was always waiting there. How odd. My gel is decoagulating. And when I would talk to him about Betsy, and how Marcus would beat on me and call me Smarty's sissy pants, he'd just sit there, head on my knee, and... If you don't mind, I'll take that bowl. Just need to remove it. Put it away, somewhere out of radar range. For some reason, its similarity to the crater shape of Big Mountain is starting to fill up all available cognitive spaces. That, combined with my own overwhelming feeling of having done something terrible, the two were hitting me with unexpected force.
It sounds to me like you hurt someone you love very much.
As odd as it is, I believe that is the conclusion. And I wonder why it didn't hit me before. Until I saw that memory in your hands. This sensation is unpleasant. I don't care for it. I don't care for this place either. And I feel as if we've forgotten something. Still, it is no matter. Crush the feeling down. Crush it down. Push it into the loop. Yes. Forgotten. Almost. Yes. I do not need to remember anymore. Not today. Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated.
I've recovered all the technological information.
What? You did? Your survival, let alone success, barely registered in my projections. Now, all I need to do is check my transmission databank. Mobius is always filling it up with his psychotic calls. Oh yes, there's the schematics, just like you said. How truthful.
Do these technologies have the information you need?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Something wrong?
No. I mean, yes. You just need to analyze these technologies for a moment. They are extremely advanced, you know?
Do you even know what these technologies do?
I know how these technologies work. Of course I know. If you remember, we described them in clearly abstract, contradictory statements before. Why would we do that if we weren't certain on how to use them? Yes, so let me... a bit. I'll figure it out.
Look, the antenna focuses brainwave patterns, right?
Yes, that's what I believe I said.
And the source a cardiac regulator, and the sonic frequency is a spinal vibrator?
I've got it. The cardiac regulator in the suit, the antenna for brain waves, and the sonic frequency for the vertebral nerves.
Yes?
I'm thinking. This is all very complicated. Let me check something. Of course. I have it. The override sequence to open the Forbidden Zone door is hidden in the schematics. Well, not hidden. It's actually right there, behind the programming equivalent of coffee stains. It's embedded in what seems to be recursive code. It's badly commented there and there. Oh, and null pointers very sloppy, Mobius. You see, using the antenna to boost the emitter's sonic frequency, and the stealth suit to bypass the Forbidden Zone lock, yes, that could work. Was that my plan? It must have been. Sometimes I truly surprise myself. The door is open, and now Mobius will get his.
Don't these items seem more biologically focused than that, though?
Biological? Ridiculous. I mean, technically, these items could all be used to put you back together once you had your brain. But for now, they can be used in the name of aggression. The door should be unsealed. Now, instead of being subjected to threats, we can now send an equally threatening message to Mobius. And that message is science. Deliver this message, and Big Mountain shall be freed from Mobius's reign of terror. You can go now. That's your cue.
Okay, let's go. I almost forgot something. It's on X8. Because I found that splicing blueprint.
This one looks pretty tough. Injecting Stimpak. This will keep you on your feet. Cessation of hostilities complete.
Let's go to X8. There's something that I forgot to do.
This one looks pretty tough.
This is the room I believe. Now let's... We'll splice robot and dock. And we get a
That
cyber
guy's
dock.
dealt with.
Hi there, puppy. Go wait by the entrance. Good dog. Now with that done, let's tune on some music. We're going to end this DLC.
Sneaking done. Hiding now. Was that all? I bet no one has ever been as unnoticed as me. Psst. If you want to be sneaky, turn off your Pip-Boy light. Ready, steady, fighting.
X-42, attack in the name of Mobius! Let's make this sporting.
Bad guys dealt with. Time to fight.
An intruder is here. I'm certain.
That's all. This one looks pretty tough.
An intruder is here. I'm certain of it.
Cessation of hostilities complete.
Turrets. This will help.
This is a three-one. You can't avoid the deadly laser sting of Dr. Mobius!
Sneaking done. Fighting now.
Emergency shutdown. Who left this here?
Fighting over.
Here we are, Dr. Mobius.
Hmm? Yo, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. Little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely.
Is that better?
Depth perception is a problem with this old monitor of mine. Went black a while ago. That's old age for you. Should look at getting the visual nerves reattached. It's just that the right eye would see the wrong
Flying
things.
tortoises.
The flying tortoises were the worst. Would you care for a mentat?
Thanks.
I love mentats. Delicious and smarty. I have all sorts of amazingly science-erific thoughts and ideas when those chalky tablets are zipping through my biogel. I forget them all not long after, though. Especially with the data constipating my
constipation.
memory core. Afraid binary streams might shoot out my chassis. Had to start using the dome floor and walls here to inscribe equations, although I've somewhat lost track of where they start and end.
You aren't exactly what I'm expecting.
Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting?
Skip this. It's taking too long.
After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical movie...
I need my brain back.
Do you? You seem fine without it. And does it even want to go back with you? Maybe you should ask it. It's quite independent, has all manner of opinions. Tell you what, I'll leave it up to your brain. If it wants to go, then fine. If not, well, you should respect its wishes.
Time for me to go. Goodbye. We can just leave him alone to his research.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland.
Condescending brain.
And where have we been? Crawling through bits of radioactive muck again?
Are you my brain?
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
How did Mobius get hold of my brain?
After the think tank extracted me from your skull, they fell to bickering amongst themselves. I'm sad to say we were quite forgotten about. Dr. Mobius saw an opportunity to gain some leverage and had me spirited away to his dome.
How did he manage that?
I don't know. I'm afraid the trauma of our separation rendered me quite insensate. I didn't come around until I was safely ensconced in this tank. I'm quite sure whatever he did was highly scientific, though.
That seems like a pretty unlikely coincidence.
Hardly. Dr. Mobius keeps a close optical sensor on the goings-on at the think tank. As soon as he saw the opportunity, he took it.
To something else. There's no need to be sarcastic. Meeting your own brain is a slightly odd event.
Yes, well, believe me, the opposite is equally true. Good lord, have you bathed at all since they pulled me out of you?
I've been busy.
Oh yes, I rather expect you have. You must have been swamped, you poor dear. Why don't you relax and put your feet? I've just been traumatically scooped out of my body and plugged into this jar. That's all. But you've been busy.
You're my brain, so you'd better be more respectful. Why are you such a prick?
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, a quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on, I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoy that little moment?
Of course you're responsible. You're my brain.
I most certainly am not. I'm the seat of all reason and logic in our little partnership. All those feelings that motivate you, that sense of righteousness and that rush you get when you help someone, do you know where those come from? Glands. They come from glands. Free of the tyranny of your ape-like and primitive endocrine system, I can see how foolish your motives are.
But you're the source of most of those glands, unless you're arguing that my thyroid is to blame.
Well, look, it's all a very complex system of biofeedback and other things I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Admit it, you're just as glandular as I am.
Oh, alright. Perhaps I am, but at least I'm logical about it.
Did you want to be reunited? I thought you'd be happy to get back into my head.
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
What about the good things? What about the cool breeze on your cheek, the smell of food and love?
Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat. Oozing hormones.
Isn't it just as true that you only feel this way because you're lacking those hormones?
I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it?
So we're at an impasse. You can't feel what I feel, and I can't think the way you think.
Indeed. Quite the conundrum. How do you suppose we resolve it?
I think we have to trust each other and acknowledge that we aren't complete if we are separated.
I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us.
So what do you say, Brain? Join me for some more wild adventures?
Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
Why, they promised to put us back together once I did what they wanted.
And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but...
Really?
Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole Mojave will be their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead.
You're part of me. I know you don't want to let that happen any more than I do.
Well, I suppose I do miss those endorphin rushes when we save the day. All right, what's the plan?
We'll make them. Let's go.
Right. Look out, think tank. This brain is coming out of its jar. I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Clyde will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
We're already a cyborg. We're beyond humanity. Let's finish some loose ends too. Let's visit that tunnel outside. So the loose end that we have is this. The legendary blue fly.
This looks pretty tough. Cessation of hostilities complete.
There we go.
This one looks pretty tough.
You wanna play games?
Does that feel better?
Yeah, it got lucky. This is one of the hardest bosses in the game.
Meeting done. Fighting now.
What? It buffed out. There we go. Let's go to the hazmat testing ground so we can use that code that we found at the innovative toxins plant. And finally, let's find out where Ulysses is. Brotherhood of Steel. This is where Christine was captured.
Sneaking done.
Whoa.
Fighting now. Does that feel better? Was that all? Sneaking done. Fighting now. That's all. Time to fight. Was that all?
You require some... You require some addition...
Strength and body threshold doubled. Now I have strength 10 and lateral response.
You require some addition...
Was that? Was that?
Says it from Vermont on precisely where Sir has written.
You require some addition...
And should be tested. Say otherwise. I remind Sir that it is a waste road.
This is it. This is the end. Let's hope I pass this.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped?
I found my brain, now you and I are going to settle things.
I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again.
There's something
And
we
what
should
could we
discuss.
possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile testing ground for our experiments.
You think I am the lobotomite? No, for my skull houses the brain of Mobius.
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard. There's no way Mobius would condescend to step inside you. Besides, there's no way such a thing could be accomplished. It's impossible.
Nothing is impossible for science. Medicines, lasers, natoms, brainwaves, all are at my command.
You speak the truth. And the decibel variation in your voice, it is Mobius. How dare you breach the think tank? And what do you want here?
I offer a deal. Stay here, stay put, and heal. I'll let you live.
That's no deal at all. There's a whole world beyond the crater, filled with ideas and possibilities. We could have escaped, seen it all for ourselves, tested it, prodded at it, made it squirm.
I will permit you to do this for me.
Partner with you? My foe? My rival? My foremost critic? I have a strange sensation that I would like that. How odd. Very well, partner. The think tank is at your service as long as you do not destroy us.
And that's it. And we end the DLC there.
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The Courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The Sync Central Intelligence Unit was impressed by the amount of exploration the Courier had undertaken. Facilities believed lost, destroyed, or ones that had simply gotten up and walked to new locations had been rediscovered by its intrepid new master. Internally, the artificial personality debated as to whether it preferred the old management to the new, and concluded that the Courier's thorough approach to research and investigation was admirable and worthy of its respect.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The Sync atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The Biological Research Station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the Showboat. One of them eventually transferred to the Lightwave Dynamics plant and began a long, unrequited affair with one of the holograms.
The thing continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magnetohydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean. Once it learned of the innovative toxins plant, however, it gained new purpose. It sought to develop antitoxins to flush into its drains and counteract the poisons bleeding into the soil.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except, he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind old Jefferson, with sounds the courier brought him, created a symphonic counter-frequency that saved Big Mountain from sonic invasion in 2910. If you didn't hear about it, good. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names much too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X-8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after, the stealth suit had left it, without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ, and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
I mean... wholesome ending for Rex, even though we haven't finished the New Vegas mainline story.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
Dr. Klein and the think tank remained alive, unaware of the world outside. They looped through their daily routine, none the wiser about the world beyond, although perhaps wiser was the wrong word. The world outside belonged to the courier, and if anyone would shape it, well, the courier had already called dibs.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, Old World Blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was Old World Blues, and New World Hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves.
It breaks the fourth wall.
Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The Sync sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
The lonesome roads. And that, we ended it perfectly. You have lost the brainless perk. You have gained the big brain perk. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go home. And with that, we finish Old World Blues. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next part. Take care everyone.